Hello crafty friends! In this video, I'm making my project for this week's Craft Roulette. For those of you that don't know, Craft Roulette is a YouTube game show where you make a card, usually, from 4 parameters that are spun on a wheel every Friday night. But the big thing is, how far will I stretch them this week? Let's find out. Alright, so let's get started. Let's go over the parameters. They are project 4x8. So here's my 4x8 card base. I did that already. This is very thick card stock and it doesn't stay closed. Work on that. Colors are excited. So the reason why I picked these colors were because of the next part, which is element is cold or chilly. So I'm going to do ice cream, an ice cream stamp. So what makes my kids and my husband and me excited is to go and get ice cream. So these colors remind me of going to an ice cream shop, like an old school ice cream shop. And these colors get me excited because they're teenagers now and I don't really see them that often unless I'm feeding them or taking them to get ice cream or something like that. So that makes me excited. And then the last parameter is random is stitches. So I'm going to use this die and cut out my sentiment and the edges stitched. Maybe I'm stretching it a little, but that's a stitched edge. There we go. Let's cut this because I printed this. I have a digital kit of Ice Cream Parlor. So these were the papers in it. So I just printed half and half. So let's cut this and then we'll do the stamp. First thing I'm gonna do is cut this well, I want some white showing, even though this is off white. I like the white. So I'm gonna do 3 3/4 by, and I'm gonna extend it. All right, 7 3/4. Okay, and then this blue, I was gonna do like a smaller sort of strip of it, just to give more color. Let's start with 7. Yeah, let's start with 2. So that is, I think, my plan. And then the stamp will go here. Yeah, all right. Let's get some white for stamp. I have die cuts for this set. It's a set, I think I got this at Tuesday morning. I miss going to Tuesday morning and just going through the craft section. Okay, so this is a layered stamp set, right? And it's actually numbered. I've used it before. What colors make good cone colors? Let's see what we have here. Let's start with tea dye and brush quarter, and if it doesn't look good, we'll just stamp it again in a different color. Let me make sure the stamp is clean. This is a flat, like a full stamp. I have trouble. I never stamp nice. Let's see if we can get some tea dye. This is going to be more than one. I mean, the texture on the cone isn't terrible, actually. Let's do one more. Okay. Okie dokie. Now let's get the texture. Now we gotta line this up. Okay, hopefully this doesn't look like a burnt ice cream cone. I mean, I think this is a sugar cone, and I think they're darker than, yeah, it looks good. They're darker than the other cones. The ones that are like, I don't know, they have the strangest texture, but mixed with ice cream, it just works. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now let's do the ice cream. Now, because this is a long card, I think I'm gonna do the ice cream with 2 scoops. I think I'm gonna do chocolate and like a strawberry, which now I'm thinking the oxides. Does it fit this way? Because then I could probably get the 2 scoops on here. Okay, 2 colors I'm gonna start with. Gathered twigs and ground espresso. I would have used walnut stain, but I don't actually have walnut stain, and I didn't realize I didn't have it. That's a color I need to get. Okay, let's start. So the way this stamp works is the lightest is the medium, according to the little picture, is the big piece. So now I'm gonna do ground espresso. All right, I'm gonna go in and just get rid of these splotches. And now, the loveliness of oxides. I'm gonna put the lightest one on top, which I'm gonna go with tea dye. Let's see how that looks. I know it's really light, but I feel like that'll look good. So let's try that. Making some chocolate ice cream. There we go, a scoop. Well, I guess this will be soft serve chocolate ice cream. Okay, now I have spun sugar and kitsch flamingo. So I'm gonna try and just do 2 colors on this one. Trying the spun sugar again and see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, it looks like strawberry ice cream. Soft serve with a lot of food coloring. Oh, look, cat hair. Well, I'll have to let the cat hair dry in it, and then, hey, I have all my die cuts cut out. This die does not leave white, so if you don't put it perfectly, you're gonna end up with an edge, which I almost do every time. Look, there's an edge on this side and an edge on that side. I can't figure this die out. I wish companies would either give you a white outline, which most of them do, or give you like the stamps a little bit bigger than the die cuts so that there's no line at all, if anyone's listening. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my Distress watercolor pencils. This one's in Vintage Photo. And I'm going to try to get rid of this white line because it's not even. I could cut it off, but I like this shape. Let's see if I can get rid of this white line. Now, if I hadn't used like this one I could probably do it, but if I hadn't used oxide, I could also use like alcohol markers or something like that to color the edge. But I don't know what, I don't know, I don't want to ruin them because of the oxide in those inks. So I guess technically, since this cone was ink, I could have used like a Tombow marker or something like that. But this is actually, you know, because these colors match so well. Look, done. Right? Oh, right. That edge is better. All right, let's do it with our ice cream. So let's color the edge with Kitsch. And let's color that in. That's not dark enough. My next one is Picked Raspberry, which is way too dark. So I would not have thought that Picked Raspberry would help cover this white. Go over it with the pink, with the Kitsch. Just fill it in. There. Okay, that looks good. Walnut stain, which I think is going to work out great. Yeah, fixed. Now let's stamp the sentiment. Now I'm gonna do my scrap technique to get this exactly where I want it. Let me move all this out of the way. Okay, so I get a scrap here, and we are going to stamp right about here. And press. Does not have to be perfect. So I kept, don't move that. Very important. So now what I want to do is get this where I want that to be, like that. Put it here. So now it doesn't move. Then pop in your die cut, and now your sentiment will be straight-ish. It's not dark. It needs to be another time. Put it back. Actually, get this closer. Maybe it won't pop out again. Hopefully it's in the exact same spot. We're gonna find out. It is. One more time. There you go. Okay, now we are ready to assemble all of our pieces together, right? I need to keep this closed. Let's get some washi. Let's tape this closed so we can work on it better. Put that to the side, and let's glue this. Here. That's just a scrap piece of pink that I had that matched the paper and the ice cream. And let's glue our ice cream. How much chocolate do we want to show? No, that's good. Okay, now how do we want to place it? Okay, I figured the layout. I got some scrap brown. It was missing something. Then the blue, and then this is going to sit on top of that. All right, let's glue this down. Then I'm going to glue this down because I want the ice cream cone to go over it. And now, do I want to pop this up? Let's pop it up. Yeah, so that did it. Let's commit. And where do I want this? I want it like that. There. Parameter check. 8 by 4. Check. Colors exciting or excited. Well, the ice cream parlor colors excite me and my kids. So that's why I picked those colors. Chili, ice cream, super cold, chill, and stitch. I used a stitched sentiment die, or I mean shape die, nesting die actually, for my sentiment. I'm stretching a little, not really. I mean, no, I don't think I'm stretching at all. I think I have tight jeans on. This is a good card to put money in, the size wise. I haven't done a card this size. All right, well, maybe we'll see how far I stretch them next week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a crafty day.